on the end of these things, and no one can touch us.
Nobody can touch us.
Any makeup here, I'm giving it back. This is going straight back to the stylist.
So you are the executive producer behind the scenes of this mini-series. Take me back. How long has this project been in the works for you?
Well, it's been in the works ever since Charlie Yu wrote the book. I don't even know what year that was. And then he decided to adapt it. Hulu asked him if he wanted to turn it into a show. He wrote the first draft of the pilot. That's when I came in, and I read the book, and I loved his screenplay. And there was just no way that I couldn't be involved. You know, it's a really beautiful story that speaks to me as a minority from New Zealand. We've always felt like we've been either in the background or sidelined or not part of the conversation. And a story that revolves around a character who feels like that, but also various people who feel like that. It was just felt very important to me.
What were some of the challenges and obstacles that you had to overcome as an EP to bring this story to life?
As an EP, I think it's just my main thing is just to support Charlie and to support the crew and the filmmakers in turning this thing into a show. The book is super complex and very dense, and to put this onto the screen is a really, really difficult endeavor. So my main role was just to be kind of support for that, and also not being Asian American or knowing really anything about Chinatown other than what I've seen on TV or in the movies. A big part of my job is also to learn about it and to support that, and not just to come in and go, I think it needs to be like this, because that's not my place, and how dare I?
How dare you? Before I let you go, I want to talk about the comparison between a book version and a television version of this project. Would you say that there is a vast difference? Did you guys stick very close to the book storyline when it came to bringing this to life on the big screen?
Luckily, Charlie, who wrote the book and adapted it, he was also the showrunner. So he's the mastermind of the whole world. So any questions we had, he was there to answer everything. So there are lots of differences. You've got to change things. You've got to. Everything is very different when you put things on screen, and you can't. The book is so poetic and sprawling. You've got to start getting really specific with your decisions, and so that's it's a massive undertaking, and full credit to everyone involved. I think they really pulled it off.
Oh my God! Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Cheers.
Congratulations
Bye.
on the show. Bye. In your mind.
So fluffy.
You look great.
Thank you so much. You look great. Oh my God, I wish I could pull off that green. That's really cool.
Oh my God, thank you so much. So you played a character, Willis. And of course, I have to start by saying, after watching episode 2, I have never been so much more mindful about closing the door behind me.
Right.
Because you just could not get in that pre-scene
Yeah.
for anything in the world.
Yeah.
Take me back to that scene, because that had to be very exciting to film for you.
That was really fun. It was like an old school physical comedy scene where I literally could not get through the door, and I'm trying to find ways in, and trying not to get my hand jammed in there. And it was really fun to shoot, but at the same time, it's such a metaphor for Willis's character and what he's going through. Somebody in the background, literally the janitor told him, "You don't belong in there, son." That's what he told him. And I think, I think that's the brilliance of the show and Charlie's writing. It's through humor and through entertaining things like a fight scene, you really get to experience the Asian American experience, like the invisibility, being stuck in the background. But it's not preachy, right? It's just an entertaining show, and hopefully that's a more entertaining way to absorb a message.
And with those particular scenes, when with Sullivan, when you were sitting there on the computer in the chair, and he's just acting as if you're not there.
Yes.
Outside of the precinct, with him and his, co-worker, his sidekick, just acting as if you were completely invisible. Did that take an emotional toll on you personally?
Yeah.
In order to bring that role to life that you played in those scenes.
I think it's oftentimes how I felt in my life, being an immigrant, being an actor that was just even fighting for background parts back in the day. So I was able to truthfully inform that part by doing that. But at the same time, there's so much growth in Willis's character. Although he's invisible in the beginning, I don't want to give too much away, but I actually get to play a lot with Sullivan, who is an amazing actor, towards the ending of the show. So I can't wait for all of you guys to see that.
And before I let you go, you know, Willis had this huge desire for change.
Yeah.
Was it just, you know, Willis wanting to get out of the restaurant business, A, B, get from underneath his uncle's, you know, managerial, you know, type of stance, or just C, Willis knowing that, listen, there is so much more out there that I can be doing, that I know that I'm worthy of. Like, which would you say, or maybe it was all three?
I think it's all of them, right? What motivates us to be more? You know, the fact that you're great at your job, and we're talking, and it took me years to get here. What motivates us? It's the family, it's maybe trauma we had, we want to prove somebody wrong, but at the same time, it's a drive as a human being to just be more. And I think Willis just has that fire in his belly, and of course he misses his brother. He want to find out what happened to him, but at the same time he's maybe a little jealous of what his brother was able to accomplish, but he wasn't. So he's not perfect, but at the same time he has a lot of things driving him through this story.
And before I let you go, in what ways would you like to inspire the younger generation coming behind you and the viewers out there that come across this project?
Keep telling your story. Keep telling your story. I think the fact that we have great stories in our community, Crazy Rich Asians and Chinatown, started with books. So whatever your medium of telling stories, writing books, writing scripts, being an actor, keep doing it. Your story matters as long as you keep it authentic, keep it 100% with yourself. Somebody want to tell it.
So you know I have to start off by first of all saying congratulations on your recent Emmy Award win.
Oh, thank you.
For The Daily Show. Take me back to that moment. What did that feel like for you?
You know, it felt like John's Emmy. You know, so John started he pioneered modern American satire. So the Emmy's really his. I mean,
And you played such a huge role throughout this series. I have to say, you were the most loyal, 10 toes down person when it came to Willis. Are you like that in real life with your family and friends?
Am I a loyal friend? Yeah, I like to think I'm a loyal friend. I like to think I'm a down-to-earth person. I think I tell my friends how it is. I think I give it to them straight.
And when it came to like your role that you played, like working in a restaurant with your uncle, you basically rebranded that organization, that restaurant. Like, was any part of it like a part of your real life character? Like, do you have any of that snarkiness in you, like your personality in real life? You can be honest with me.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been described as cynical and snarky. So I guess it came very easily to me, that role.
I love to hear that. What would you say was the most exciting part of working on this series?
Working with these big names, you know, these heavy hitters, Taika, Chaoji, Jimmy. But I think the coolest part was probably being on set and seeing the dedication they put into the production design. So when we were on set, it was like they built these massive Chinatown sets twice in 2 different studios. So when you're on set, you feel like you're in Chinatown, but someone built it. So it really allowed us to be immersed in that world, and I think it shows up on screen. You know, the world looks so detailed and real, but it's a set. They built it from scratch. So the production design on this was amazing.
What is it that you would like for the viewers to pull away from your character?
For my character, I mean, this show genuinely has a lot of themes about. It's a commentary on television itself as a medium. It's a commentary on society and minorities. But if you ask me what I like people to take away from it, I guess it's like, you know, forget the TV show. This show is about background characters on a show that they don't know they're in. But forget the TV show. Just look at all the background characters we have in everyday life. You know, when you go to a cafe, when you go to your grocery store, when you go to a gas station, like all these people in the background, you know, kind of making life happen for everybody. Like all these people in the background, they've got names, they got dreams, they got struggles. You know, and I hope that if you take nothing else from that show is to think about the people who are in the background in your day-to-day life.
I love that.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
I let you go,
Yeah.
this is a yes or no answer.
Sure.
Did Willis break your heart?
Yes, he did.
Oh my God.
He did. He broke my heart. His acting is amazing. He broke my heart every day on set. Jimmy's very believable.
Yeah, it's very true. Thank you so much. Thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you so much. Thanks for
Thank
speaking.
you. What was it like being a part of this series for
It was
you?
incredible. I mean, it's in and of itself, like the show, the content of the show. It's a satirical think piece on, internalized racism in a way that is hilarious and funny and made by, fucking Taika Waititi and Charles Yu. And I'm just super lucky to be, able to work with such incredible creatives.
And Chloe, it also has to be very close to heart because if I'm not mistaken, at the age of 14, 15 years old, you moved to China.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that.
I was like a Chinese pop star as a teenager for a little moment. I know, it's really funny. I'm not a singer or like a dancer or any of that, but I kind of ended up there for a second. And I'm half Chinese. So to get to play an actress playing a half Chinese, it's like it's been really special.
What were some
Oh my God, Taika Waititi.
What were some of the roadblocks that you had to climb over, in order to bring your character Lana to life?
I mean, every single thing about it. This was the least chill thing to shoot. It was like a constant jigsaw puzzle every single day of shooting, but it was extremely engaging the whole time. And it was like challenging in a way that was fulfilling.
What is it that you want the viewers to pull away from Lana?
I think for the AEPI viewers, I would love people to feel really seen by the show, but for everyone else, it's just at its base and at its core an incredible show. It's like a very high quality, piece of work that we've just worked really hard on.
And it's also something that we don't have, I feel like we don't necessarily have on television right now. Like, so many elements were brought out, so many different, real life storylines were brought out. Like, were you familiar with the book prior to saying yes?
Oh yeah, I read the book and I freaked out when I read the book because I thought, oh my God, I felt like Charles was able to scoop up the inside of my brain and then regurgitate the thoughts and string them together in a way that I never would be able to do in a really funny and brilliant way. And so I'm just trying to copy Taika's answers.
Just give me a second.
I'm not Asian American. I'm from. I can't even I'm New Zealander. I'm from New Zealand. I'm a director. I'm a really good director. I know. We're so
responsive.
Sorry. Go ahead. What was I saying?
I have no idea, but before I let you go, what is it that you would like for the viewers to pull away from your role played throughout this
I hope they have fun with it. I mean, I have so many answers to that because the show is so thoughtful about a very wide range of topics that are extremely deep and kind of heavy and have like a lot of themes of identity, like racial suppression, racism, internalized racism, but it's also a story about family. It's a story about wanting to feel like you're a part of something. It's a commentary on the media, on other shows, and it's really funny. So that's what.
Enjoy. Thank you so much.
I've always wanted to hold one of these little mics, and I finally got to.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Latasha. And then I'll hand this off to you. First of all, I've been in LA for 3.5 years, and I have yet to see anyone wear quarterback.
Well, this is the first time, and hopefully it won't be the last time.
Absolutely love it.
Cool. This was a last minute find by Billy Reed, I believe is the designer's name. Yeah, and I put it on and I said, this is it. Yeah, let's do it.
I love. Do you have a fashion background?
Not at all.
Nope.
Not at
but
all.
I'll tell you what type of background you have.
Please.
A theater Broadway background.
See, you went the segue that you just made. You have a journalism background.
I do, and I want you to will it back.
Yeah.
How did we get here? How did we get on the red carpet
Yes.
for a television series?
Yes.
How did we get to the TV aspect
Yes.
where you are?
Number one, a lot of love and support from family. Who, when I told them I want to do this, be in this line of work, they said, "Go get it. We'll help you pay for it. We'll support you. When you have dark times, we'll be there for you." To be a phone call. But yes, so that was that part. But then I just said I wanted to be like the old school actors that I looked up to, who they had theater careers. So you go off and you do theater and you do stage plays, and then when you feel like you proved yourself, you know, you try to start getting TV and film work.
Yeah,
And that's
and
how
if
it
I'm
went
not
about.
mistaken, you were part of a Broadway project
Yes.
that was nominated 12 to 13 times.
That's right,
13
something like that.
times
Something
for
like
a Tony
that.
Award.
That's right, but who's counting?
What, who's counting?
Yeah.
Right? 13 Tony
Yes,
Award
nominations. Yes.
What did that feel like being a part of all of that success?
Incredible to finally to put your blood, sweat, and tears into something that people recognize and say like, yeah, this is the top of the top work. Was it makes you feel like I'm heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk to me personally about your role. Like, in what ways do you feel like you, Sullivan, can relate to the character that you brought to the big screen
Yes.
on this series?
So the character Miles Turner, he feels like I'm tired of playing into people's expectations of who I should be in my life.
Yeah.
And as an actor, sometimes you feel like I'm tired of getting the same old roles, the same old script. I want to do something different. And so the character is wrestling with that. How do I kind of peel off and do my own thing? And that's something that I felt professionally. It's like, how do I do something different and new and interesting?
What was it that made you say yes to this project?
Reading the script a couple times and being like, I've never really read anything like this. Seeing that Taika Waititi's involved, Charlie Yu's involved, the cast, it was really a no-brainer.
And before I let you go, you know, I was fortunate enough to see the first 6 episodes of this project.
Yes.
And there's like a shift coming along.
That's right.
You know, when it comes to you and your
Journey.
co-detective.
Yes.
Like, in what ways can we expect to see that relationship evolve?
Yes.
And or dissolve?
Yeah. Or
Towards the
evolve,
latter part of
dissolve,
this.
resolve, all of that. Yeah. So it starts off a kind of typical cop duo, detective. They finish each other's sentences. They have a lot of banter, and then over the course of the season, we see them kind of start to,
Waver off.
Yeah, waver. Feel like what I'm looking for is different than what she's looking for.
Yeah.
And so part of the conflict and interest of the series is to figure out how that resolves, and it resolves. That's why you got to tune in. That's why you got to tune in for the 10 episodes.
It resolves.
Yes.
Sullivan, thank you so much for
Thank
chatting
you so
with me.
much. Appreciate it.
Congratulations on all the success
Thank
of
you.
the show.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Sarah, you look stunning. That's first and foremost. Thanks for chatting with me today. So you are like the bad detective on this show, okay? You are the everything. Talk to me. This energy between you and Lana is so nerve-wracking. I'm like, will they just become like best friends at this point? Talk to me about the dynamic of your relationship with Lana, the junior detective, and what is it that the world can expect to see once this series hits the Hulu wave?
Okay, well, Chloe Bennett plays Detective Lana, and she joins the force, and it's my greatest honor to play a character that gets to be so mean to her, which is so fun because she's my most beloved friend, and we had so much fun on set, me being mean to her.
Oh my God.
It was a real joy and honor, and Chloe Bennett is maybe the hottest woman we have on planet E, and so getting to, it's like punching up for me to try to get her to break with how mean I was being to her on set. Iconic. And the world can expect that, like those fun dynamics and a lot of mystery.
Talk to me about your sidekick, Sullivan.
Oh, don't we love him?
Absolutely love him. Love the both of you. That whole dynamic and energy that's happening between, the two best detectives in the world, right? What was it like working so closely with him on this project?
Sullivan is incredibly talented. He is theatrically trained. He is a Broadway baby. I learned so much from him because I come from a comedy background, and having to do this was very hard for me because it's like so serious.
Yeah.
And so I really leaned a lot on him, and he was so I just couldn't have done it without him. I'm obsessed with him.
So speaking of the seriousness behind this, you know,
Oh, hi. Sorry.
what are some of the challenges that you had to face, you know, bringing out your entire character?
Oh yeah, I mean in the beginning it's all fun and games. It's basically just like a parody of a Law and Order or CSI. Broad cartoonish characters, which is, you know, fun for me.
Yes.
But then as the season changes, it's like, you know, where our characters are kind of waking up to a reality outside of this procedural, formulaic world, and that was a challenge. You know, our characters change so much and they go through so much that playing the arc of that was really hard and unusual for someone who's just an improv loser.
When it comes to who you are personally off the screen, are there any characteristics that you had to bring forth in your role that you know, were a little bit taken aback or surprised with? Like, what are some of those characteristics?
I mean, I don't think I've ever been in charge of anything in my whole life, and this character's whole vibe is like being in charge. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
She walks the walk, she talks the talk, and she's very. I'm so not like that. It's taking everything I have right now to be standing up straight. I want to be full pajamas and like this. So that was very difficult for me, and I also love to, you know, joke around and. Be stupid, and she had to say lines and look in charge, and I found that very, very hard to do.
And before I let you go, like, can we see like some type of evolution between you and Lana's relationship as this series goes on? Because I have to say, it does seem like you guys are going to, you know, grow a very special
fall in love
bond.
and get joint pregnant.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll have to watch and find out.
I love it. Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love these things, man.
Do you?
They usually look like what is those toys that you have to feed and nurture and stuff? What is that called?
And it's
Kamaguchi. That's it.
Yeah.
It's so cool. That's what it reminds me.
Yes, you can take it home with you.
Oh no.
No, just kidding. You
I
have to give
figured
it back.
it's expensive, man. I know that.
Okay. You need to talk to me about the fact that you just continue to steal the spotlight. Listen, you just will not let your wife have her moment in this series. You just keep stealing the show, the spotlight. What is going on with your character?
Well, you know, I mean, you know, Joe Wu, he is a star, you know, because back in the day when you are the master of Kung Fu, you pretty much, everybody listens, right? But eventually, you know, if you have patience and watch the show along, you will see Joe changes his tune a little bit.
That's true. I noticed that starting in episode 5, actually. Yeah, so I'm one of the fortunate ones. I saw some of the series. So I did see that you lightened up quite a bit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So can we expect to see your character evolve and support your wife more throughout episodes 6 through 10 when it comes to her career and her business endeavors she wanted to, you know, really embark upon?
You know, just like in real life, right? Husband and wife will go through their ups and downs, as we all do. So, as we grow and progress and learn each other even better from the beginning, you will see. Because I don't want to tell you right now, you need to follow it, you know? Okay?
Yeah. Let me ask, let's have a little fun. Do you have a favorite role that you played of all time?
Oh wow, that you know, it's like which one of your child is your favorite child? Somebody's gonna get mad. I'm telling you now. Okay, as far as film's concerned, my favorite role is really as Hing in The Quiet American. I think that's something I really cherish. You know, work with some wonderful director and cast like, you know, Michael Caine and folks like that. Right? As a favorite character in a TV show, I really like Detective Harold Ng in NYPD Blue.
Oh, I love that. And is there a character that you have yet to play in your career that you still really feel passionate and desirable about bringing to the big screen?
Man, keep on coming. I'm telling you, every character, I embrace it all because a lot of times, you know, you keep on discovering new. You think you've done that character before. You say, wait a second, there's something different about this guy than the other guy. So I'm really looking forward to all the challenges. More challenging, the better.
Yeah. Now talk to me really quick. Chris Payne plays your oldest son. And Willis, of course, was, I have to say, he was my favorite. But it seemed
My
like...
baby boy.
That's your baby boy. But it seemed like your oldest boy was your golden child. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely fair to say. And you know, I mean, older brothers definitely got talent,
Yes.
right? And then Willis is too young, but he will blossom, he will grow. And it takes time for us parents sometimes have to wait and watch them blossom and watch them go. Be a little more patient as parents, man, because your child will grow and blossom.
That's so true. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. All right, now I got to get this back now.
Go ahead. You can take it home.
No.
Take it home.
I can't. You playing me now.
Talk to me. You play the role of the brother throughout this miniseries, and not only are you the brother, but you are the shirtless brother in some of those scenes.
Wait, hang on, who told you that?
I've seen it.
Oh, you said.
I was fortunate enough to see the first 5 episodes of this series. No spoiler alerts here.
No spoiler.
I want to talk about these shirtless scenes.
Oh, okay. All right, that's the kind of interview we're doing. All right.
Yes, we're gonna have some fun here.
I mean, look. Sometimes you got to accept that you just got to be objectified, you know, and it's good for the show.
This is true.
But it's a central theme to the show to explore identity and Asian masculinity and what the image is and what the stereotypes are. And so, you know, for me growing up, I didn't get to see cool Asian dudes on screen.
Yeah.
I didn't get, and if I did, they were the kung fu guy, and it didn't really go beyond that. I never got to get the girl. They never got to do like real 3D character things. And so, hey, if I have to take my shirt off for this project to explore something that's deeper, then it's worth it. I'll do it. But I'll give you the secret.
Tell me the secret. What's the secret? I hope you guys are listening out there.
Secret is controlling your sodium intake.
Really? No, in real life?
In real life.
I like that.
You have less sodium, you retain less water, you look better.
Okay.
That's the secret.
But there are many more layers to your character as the brother. What is it that the viewers can expect to see with your role throughout this series, from beginning to end, throughout these 10 episodes?
I think so. So the mystery of the season is the disappearance of older brother, which is that's me. And so without revealing too much about it, the series is kind of a metaphor for the Asian experience and like what limits you and the struggles. It's about identity and finding yourself. And so older brother's at the center of that.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Without giving
so older brother represents. I mean, there's a lot of who are you, what's your identity going on.
Exactly.
And whether that's something that's thrust upon you, or that's something that you have cultivated yourself, or that's something that you want. And for older brother, that all comes together because he becomes an icon of Chinatown. He becomes the perfect son, he's almost like the perfect Asian.
The golden child.
Yeah, he's the golden child.
Yeah.
He's like exactly what every Asian mom would love their kid to be and tells all the other aunties to show off.
And everything
That's
that dad is proud of, because your dad was obsessed with you
Yes.
in a good way.
And he trains kung fu, and he does everything that like the old grandma that he helps across the road loves, right? He's that guy. And I guess it explores the pressure of being perfect.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, you'll be suffering from imposter syndrome, because that might be an image that other people have thrust upon you that you don't think you deserve.
Yeah.
And so there's the both sides. And that's a bit about what older brother goes through.
And you know, before I let you go, Chris, I have to ask about this relationship with Bruce Lee. I did a little bit of research, of course, before hitting this red carpet this evening. Talk about this relationship that you have with Bruce Lee. I know, but let's let the viewers know.
Well, so I was always told growing up that my grandma, whose surname is Lee, used to wash clothes in the river with Bruce Lee's dad, and that we're related, because he used to call her auntie and that.
Yeah.
And so that's always what I thought, and I was like, I'm related to Bruce Lee, that's pretty cool, because I love Bruce. Growing up, I actually grew up in a Kung Fu household. My parents teach martial arts. So I basically am older brother. But I always loved Bruce, and so I've been telling everyone that, and we did the ancestry recently.
Wow.
My parents actually, like, just a few months ago, went to China, did the ancestry tree, and like traced it all the way back. It goes back a little bit further than we thought. I think it's like 6 generations or something, but I am actually related to Bruce Lee. So there you go.
Thank you so much for talking with me, Chris. I appreciate it. Congratulations on the show.
That's right. Off the rack.
Yeah, I would have thought it was custom. Congratulations on this show, in this series. I feel like it's going to do phenomenal things out here. You're the creator and the showrunner behind the scenes. How long has this project been in the works? Like, how long did you guys work on bringing this series to life?
It feels like most of my life. 4 years for the show. So I started writing the pilot in 2020. So right as everything shut down for the pandemic, Hulu came and said, we'd like to get the rights to the book. I've been writing the book since like 2012. So my kids were toddlers. Now my daughter's about to graduate high school. It's like the culmination of so many years of work.
Wow. In what ways would you say that the series differs from the actual book written?
The series differs from the book. It kind of expands the world and deepens it. We got to go deeper on little pockets of that I just kind of brushed by in the book. Turner, who's he's a minor character in the book. Not minor, but he's an important character in the book. But I didn't get to fully imagine him. And then to see someone like Sullivan play this part, and to see Lisa play Green, they're just 2 such funny, amazing actors. It was really special.
Thank you so much for chatting with me. I see they're pulling you away.
Okay,
thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Congratulations on all of the success with this mini-series. I definitely want to start there. And you're playing the role of a sergeant. Talk to me about your character role throughout the series, and what is it that the viewers can expect to see?
Well, I'm so excited to be playing Desk Sergeant Felix on the show, and my character lives in the world of Black and White, the show within the show, and he's much like Willis in the sense that he's sort of a background character, and so I think that what's exciting about it is that he's gets to help out Willis in his sort of mysterious case that he's working on. So.
And take me back to how this project initially came about for you. Like, how did you fall into this role, or how did this role fall into your lap?
Oh, gosh.
Should
I
say?
Yeah, I just did it the old or maybe the new fashioned way. I just did a self tape, and and it worked out. I wasn't sure what the size of the role. I'm a small part of a huge, beautiful show, but I wasn't sure what it was going to be when I got there, and it ended up like just being way more than I could have imagined. I was so happy to be a part of it.
So this is also a Chinese and very cultural-based type of project. Like, what has that entire experience been like for you as an actor?
Well, I think that there's the beautiful thing about the show is that anyone can really relate to the characters, and having a relationship with just the idea of we all play different roles in the world, and some of us want to kind of sit back and go along to get along, and some of us want to make a choice to be a main character in our own story. I think once you peel back some of the metaphors and you start seeing how some of the broader, deeper meanings are reflective of the Asian American experience in society, and the feeling of being excluded and scapegoated and all that sort of thing. I think that's what's really so beautiful about the show, is that it's an artful way to kind of bring those ideas about, and hopefully people are entertained, but also it's eye-opening for people as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because I'm fortunate enough to have seen the series already. So when it comes to peeling back so many different layers and really digging in deep with like the cultural background, like it's so deep. Like when you could remove the humorous aspects of the series, you know, and the fact that Willis was trying to basically create a totally different livelihood for himself. Like it's so much deeper than that. But aside from the entertainment, before I let you go, what is it that you would like for viewers to pull and grasp and walk away with having seen this project? Yeah.
I hope they have a lot of fun. I hope they are entertained, and I hope that by bringing the humanity to these characters, it gives a more empathy to the story of the centuries-long story of Asian Americans in American society.
Yeah. Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you
so much.
Thanks so
Let's
much.
enjoy the night.